Hello, everyone. New Manchester here, back with another video. And before I start, I just want to talk about what I listened to on ZB Radio, ZB Radio, wherever it's called. I think it ZB News Talk Radio. It's a radio station in New Zealand, and I came across them on his radio station. I think it was a woman. She talked about New Zealand is gonna get a minimum wage hike of $17.17. 1717. And I talked to my sister about this, and she said, I wish America would do this. And I said, well, yeah, that'll be good, but America's not gonna do this. I mean, it's because, well, our politicians, well, I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna get on both. I'm not gonna side with either party. Yeah, we all know that they fight and they don't do anything in Congress. I mean, and we got a president. Well, I haven't been keeping up with what Donald Trump is doing, but I heard that let's see, I heard he was, I heard he was gonna send migrants who cross into the U.S. from Mexico and send them back or something like this. Um, Also, there was some security breach at Key Largo in Florida, where Donald Trump goes to play golf. And this terrorist, a Chinese woman, she was been watching his every move, and I mean, she sees that he goes there to play golf, and he should be at Camp David doing that, but he chose to go to Camp Largo in Florida, wherever it's called, and this Chinese woman just snuck in there, and she almost got him. She was gonna do like a security breach and mess him up, and she almost got him, but his dildo and robot security got him. Got her, I mean. Yeah, he has dildo and robot is the dildos and the robots, the Secret Service and bodyguards and all. I won't say the Secret Service. The Secret Service agents are a bunch of dildos and robots. Well, the dildos and robots got the Chinese woman and nailed her before she can do harm to Donald Trump. And this guy and Donald Trump, our president, is an idiot. I mean, he should go to Camp David where it's safe, but he decides to go to Florida to play golf. I think this guy, he views himself as a boss of a corporation than a leader of a country. What an idiot! And also, this Chinese woman like surrendered her passport, and then they looked in yeah, the Secret Service looked into this. Homeland Security, wherever they are, they saw the passport, they saw who she was, and they nailed her, and they took her into custody. So yeah. And also, I'm going back to New Zealand. The guy that did the mosque shooting, he was from Australia. And this lady on this radio, ZB Radio, she heard that he talked about he hates it in prison, and like some group was showing him like saying that he was suffering in prison, and he didn't like it in prison. And this lady said this, and this was shocking. Like, this blew me away. And she said this: why should we talk about this guy? I mean, I should care less how he lives in prison, and how he's doing. I could care less. I mean, or something like this. Like, and she just went on bashing this guy, and it just blew me away. I said, wow. But something inside me saying this, like, I just hope New Zealand doesn't morph into the United States, I hope, because the world doesn't need a United States 2.0 in New Zealand at all. And in their country in the 1717 minimum wage hike is amazing. I mean, it's higher than our pathetic minimum wage, which is 7.25. Yeah. We all know that the Republicans want to keep the rich richer and the poor poor, and they dub the rich as job creators and working families. And these guys are not, and these wealthy people are not working families at all. At all. I mean, they get these massive tax cuts that come from that 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 these tax cuts are created from sucking poor people dry out at a gas station. A lot of things are expensive in America, and America is a very expensive country. I mean, the cost of living is through the roof. I mean, everything is expensive money wise, and everything's going up. And the only thing that's not going up is the minimum wage. Um, I proposed the $20.20 minimum wage hike. The 2020 minimum wage hike that I proposed in my previous video. Which will help this country great, but like always, I mean, that's not gonna happen at all. Okay, I'm gonna get off that, and I'm gonna read a post from Happier Abroad, which is the site that is run by Winston Wu, and it's titled "How Feminism Destroys Femininity in Women in Love." I think I did a video about this. I think it's up on my channel. I think it's 15 reasons why I noticed something about American women. I think I did something like that. I don't know. I just want to do. I'm just want to do something different. I got some people on my channel complain that I'm saying the same thing and talking about the same thing, and they say they already heard this. And also I notice I'm not getting that one like on every video that I got. I mean, I don't know if my subscribers are bored of me, or they on vacation, or or they just don't want to bother like watching my videos. But I really don't care. I mean, I'm just here to talk about what's on my mind and have fun. I mean, when I started this channel, I mean, I had some fun. I didn't get any likes or dislikes or comments, and I didn't care about that. But, I went through this before. I'm going to go through this again. So, okay. The post from Winston Wu's Happier Abroad site is titled How Feminism Destroys Femininity in Women in Love. Okay. Woman, it starts out before the post. Woman is a violent and uncontrollable animal. If you allow them to achieve complete equality with men, do you think they will be easier to live with? Not at all. Once they have achieved equality, they will be your masters. Cato the Elder. Okay, and here it is. And it starts out as the New Age and spiritual movement are fond of saying that history has been controlled by particular societies which have suppressed the feminine energy, hence causing imbalance and destruction. For example, the popular internet films Astro Agenda and Cartanga made this point. However, what those movements are afraid to admit is that modern day feminism totally suppress and destroy this feminine energy more than any particular society even did. And that's the irony. The feminism destroys femininity. So why use such a term when it effects are the exact opposite? The movement should be called emasculinism for women. This is yet another example of how those who engineer society flip a term upside down to mean its opposite in order to mind control us. Obviously, whoever was behind this movement knew something about neurologist programming that is pending to be the opposite of what you are. You trick and lure people in using deception. In this case, women who consider themselves feminine will uncircumcised assume that a movement called feminism must be on their side and helping with their womanhood and femininity, when nothing could be further from the truth. The sad thing is that many women are tricked into thinking that this new feminism is somehow liberating them and allowing them to reach their full potential. Yet how can they become self-actualized by suppressing their own natural life force or feminine energy? How is that wholesome and harmonious when it's destructive to relationships and force men to emasculate themselves and deny their own masculinity? Anytime you try to bring up something by oppressing others, it will be a formula for destruction. These women are tricked and lured in by the promise of equality, which eventually turns them asexual, bisexual, and dominate before they know it. That's the trap of feminism. That's true. Yeah. 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 I remember. One day. Um. No. I remember one day. I went to I went to this fast food place I went to this fast food place to order a burger combo. I went to a fast food place called Whataburger. I went to this Whataburger in Marshall, Texas, and I ordered a Whataburger combo. I got to the drive-thru. There was this woman there, like, well, it was a girl, and she looked like a boy. Like, she had the hat on. She looked like a boy than a woman. And it was just ridiculous, really. Like, I know I said this in a previous video. I think I don't know, but yeah, she was kind of she was masculine, and she didn't look feminine at all. She didn't look feminine at all. She just looked like a straight up dude. Uh, like you know, if you, I mean, if I took her and put her in like Eastern Europe or those Eastern Europe those Eastern European countries, I mean, she would she would be laughed at. I mean the the women there who look feminine, act feminine. I mean they will face palm and they will fall down to the ground and they will start laughing. They'll laugh at her because, well, to them, like she's a she she looks ridiculous to them. Like to I guess to them, like a woman who dresses up like a guy, who looks like a guy, who looks manly, like looks like a boy, like I mean, it would be so funny to them, you know. That I mean, you know, that's I guess that's how women are today. I mean, well, not all women look like this. I mean, just saying. Okay, let me continue. The natural female energy is loving, caring, nurturing, tender, and seeks a symbolic relationship with the male energy. This results in the creation of life, the highest power, whatever you want to call it, God, Mother, Nature, and universal creative force, etc. That is how it was naturally meant to be. Male and female energy were meant to complement each other, not compete and tear each other down or engage in any battle of the sexes, which is what has happened and many possibly be engineered by the global elite according to some sources. Google Nick Rockefeller and feminism. Yeah, uh, yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, men and women are meant to be together. I mean, they're meant to. I mean, they're meant to fuse together through marriage and create life, aka have children. And the woman the woman supposed to be loving, caring, nurturing, and tender, and that's what she should be. But you can't find a woman like that in America at all. It's just damn near impossible. I heard someone told me that women go around and women like army wives go around and cheat on their husbands, and they get away with it because well they don't get punished, I guess, and if a man does it, he'll get ripped apart, which is not right. I don't know if that. Yeah, I think that's true, but you know, it doesn't matter to me because it doesn't matter to me if you're a man or a woman. I mean, if you cheat on somebody, I mean that's just wrong. I mean, to me it is. Um, it's just not right. But that's just how it is, and that's how it is in the American society. Okay, let me continue. Yet the feminist movement, in its values, preach the complete opposite in enthusiasms. Not only do they indicate male bashing and double standards against men in society, Examples are numerous, see, numerous, but they internate women to look down on men, not need men, not want men, be independent, and view males as lower forms of life that are creeps and oppressors by nature. Men are not respected or admired, but seen as immature and dumb. Um, I'm not immature and I'm not dumb at all. So, I mean, that's sad. I mean, they got this mindset and they think that all men are the same, like all men are pedophiles, creeps, rapists, brutes, chauvinists, um, abusive. Like, it's just ridiculous. I mean, like, not all men are like that. Like, there's good men out there and there's bad men out there. I mean, there's some asshole douchebag men, and there's some nice cool men, nice cool guys. A lot of men are different. I mean, in behavior and personality. I mean, they're not all the same. I mean, at all. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. Um, okay, obviously this is destructive and not good at all for male/female relationships. How can such attitudes be beneficial to the symbolic complementary nature of male/female energy, or to its balance? It is anything but, yet it is taboo to point this out, cause you labeled as a woman hater or misogynist if you say the obvious truth. It's a form of mind control, probably set up by the global elite or the New World Order, as the conspiracy movement calls them, to divide and conquer us. It's just another way they use to set us against each other, so that we don't unite and rise up against the real enemy, which is the global elite who are running the show. Aaron Russo, in an interview with Alex Jones, revealed that Nick Rockefeller of the infamous Rockefeller dynasty told him that the Rockefeller Foundation created and funded the feminist movement, for instance. That's interesting. Sounds true. I don't know, but Alex Jones, I'm not into him. So yeah, yeah. I got little snippets of like some of his videos, like some things he say are true, some of it is not, but overall, I think Alex Jones is just like is a wacko, but I don't know. It's kind of true, but hey, you never know. Okay, but even the charismatic conspiracy leaders like David Icke, who are passionate and relentless about exposing the ways in which the global elite or NWO control and divide us, are afraid of are afraid to bring up modern feminism as one of the culprits of this engineered chaos and disorder. Probably it's because they have a huge female fan base and do not wish to lose them, so they avoid this taboo. You know, I said talk about it. I mean, screw it. Screw, yeah. If you lose some female fans, I mean, you shouldn't care. But I mean, you're gonna gain some like men. Gain some men with a brain, and some women with a brain. So yeah, not even they bring passionate. Not even not even they not even they bring passionate truth seekers dare to violate it. Only men's rights leaders like Tom Liketz and others have dared to expose this taboo nature. I listened to Tom Liketz. I think back around I think around 2014 or 2015. Yeah, yeah, he said some things about how women are and feminism and all, and marriage. Like women in America want like they'll divorce a guy, take everything that he has, his money, his assets. Like take everything, his money and everything, the kids away from him, and he won't have anything, and you'll be paying like alimony and child support. Yeah, Aaron talk about this. Anything you want these guys who like to be single. Um, like I said in the previous video. I mean, I mean, yeah, I like I don't hate the MGTOW movement, the MGTOW red pill movement. There's um they say some things that are true about how women are in America. I said this in the video. I mean, it's just a message. It's just a message that tells these women in America by these red pill guys that say this. That they're fed up and they're going their own way. And what they're doing is right. What they're doing is the right thing, but at the same time, I mean, they're doing more damage to society than the feminists. I mean, the MGTOW red pill guys and are just damaging society along with the feminists. I mean, they're doing good they're doing good, but at the same time they're doing bad. So I don't hate them at all. you know it is what it is. So probably gonna get dislike. Okay, nevertheless, the truth is that feminism destroys natural healthy male/female relationships, makes dating a nightmare of epic proportions, and totally disrupts the natural harmony of men and women. It turns women hateful and accepted towards men. In effect, it gives women in an uncomfortable status where they can get away with anything, demoralize anyone who resists. Let me start over. Let me start over again. Sorry about that. Okay. Nevertheless, the truth is that feminism destroys natural healthy male/female relationships, makes dating a nightmare of epic proportions, and totally disrupts the natural harmony of men and women, and turns women hateful and accepted towards men. It affects in an effect. It gives women an unaccountable status where they can get away with anything and demoralize anyone who resists. As a result, they can abuse and mistreat men without judgment or consequences, for it is taboo to argue or stand up to them. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Um, my sister made me angry one day and drove me to do something to her that I will regret. I'm not gonna talk about it. Yeah. She talks down to me. She yells at me. I mean, and I am, you know, I can't stand like when she asked me to get something out of her car. I mean, I'm in my room and she yells my name and tells me to get something out of her car for her. Okay, I go out to her car. Okay, she tells me what to get out of her car. Okay, I get stuff out of her car, but when I bring stuff in, sometimes like she'll tell me like, "Did you bring this in?" And I said, "Well, you didn't tell me to bring this in." Like, when I answer, she interrupts me and tells me to go out and bring it. And I told her like, "Hey, you didn't tell me." She, no, you, no. It doesn't, no, I don't want to hear it. It's cool. Go out and get it. Like, and then she won't tell me like what to get out, and plus her car's a mess, like junk and trash, coins, food, auxiliary cords. Like, I mean, that car is disgusting and it smells and it's just the seats are nasty and filthy. And she's a pig. She's an animal. She just doesn't care. Yeah, and in her mind, she thinks she's right and I'm wrong. Like she'll screw up and make mistakes, and she will never admit that she made a mistake. She never make she never admits that she makes a mistake, and she's perfect, and I'm the one that makes mistakes and have problems, which is complete bullshit. So yeah, I mean, I tried standing up to her, I tried shouting and yelling at her. It didn't do any good. Like, I remember this, like, she asked me like, why come I'm doing this and doing that. Then when I tell her, she interrupts me and just tell me to do something else, or talk about something else. Then when she did this again, she asked me what I'm doing this. I didn't want to say anything. And she said, "Oh, why you won't say anything to me? Like, all you have to do is tell me what you're doing." And I said, well, I'm not gonna do it because you ain't gonna listen. You're gonna cut me off and say whatever it is that you want to say. So yeah, it sucks. Okay, females in America are given role models in the form of action stars like Angelina Jolie, who in Tomb Raider as Laura Croft is rough and tough, kicks ass, does not need men, does not act sweet, feminine, or tender, does not giggle and blush, and all the while looking sexy at the same time. Um, Angelina Jolie, or Angie, I like to call her. Like, um, you know, there's one thing I like about Angelina Jolie. I mean, I like the fact that she has impale, bee stung lips. You know, women with lips like her, like it's kind of sexy. I mean, I'm not trying to be weird or anything, but I guess if you get kissed by her, I mean, the kiss is like, it's like electric, like it just blows you away. Yeah, no, and also, well, I think but they also can do something else. Don't want to talk about that. Not gonna get into that. But yeah, Angelina Jolie, like like in her prime, like younger, like she's kind of hot and all, but she kind of screwed her husband and all, like try to take the kids and everything away from this guy through like a divorce or something. So yeah, but yeah, she's a piece of garbage like all these women here in America. Okay, let me continue. Yet any honest, natural man will tell you that such a woman with no feminine qualities is not attractive at all, and dealing with her is very awkward. How can you have a loving, impotent, fulfilling relationship with a woman who is rough and tough, doesn't need you, and tries to act stronger than you? You can flirt with her, court her, or charm her without feeling like you are violating her independence from femininity. Yet you can treat her like a male buddy either, because no matter how hard she tries to act like a man, she is not one in any way. So what can you do with her? You can't treat her like a man or a woman. It's the most awkward and unnatural thing. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this. I mean, women trying to be men. You got these masculine, manly men. You know, they act like a man, but but there's something that they don't have that a man has. It's called logic. Men run on logic, and women run on emotion. I mean, it doesn't matter if they act like men. I mean, they're always going to be a woman. They're going to bleed like a woman. They're going to have periods like a woman. They're going to have the things that a woman has because they're women. I mean, I think it's ridiculous for women to act like men. It is. Okay, plus a feminist can never become a man, because a normal man is not high strung or easily offended by little things the way a feminist or a masculine woman is. Thus, these feminists are more like bestial freaks of nature rather than men, which is a horrible thing. Yeah, that's true. I mean, women who act like men are are women who act like men are not women at all. Like they're just a bunch of freaks. These lesbians and butch bitch dykes. I mean, I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, it just makes me sick to my stomach. I mean, I ran across some women who dress up like men, who act like men, and I was talked down by a woman who act like a man. It's just ridiculous. I mean, when they gonna learn that? When they gonna learn that they don't have an atom? They don't have an Adam's apple. They don't have a penis and a scrotum sac and testosterone. I mean, when they gonna learn that they don't have that at all? But they want to be men. I mean, I think little girls being tomboys have something to do with this, but I could be wrong. Furthermore, these feminist and independent women do not act to dress feminine. They hate wearing skirts and high heels, which they view as oppressive, and like cutting their hair short to look like men. How can that be beautiful or feminine to men? How can that bring out the male attraction for the feminine? How can being strong, masculine, and independent soothe a man's need for tenderness and fulfill his need for love and romance, and his need to merge with the female energy? uh, that fusion gonna be a disaster. Like, that woman gotta be feminine, sweet, and down to earth and kind. I mean, for a guy to fuse with her, but that's not gonna happen. You know, these masculine, strong, independent, feminine women are just in America are just garbage. I heard stories about about these crazy Canadians, these crazy Canucks, um, these autistic, antisocial Canucks who say a lot of crazy stuff about their country. They say that the women are monsters, you know, and I think they're and I believe that. I mean, their women are garbage. Matter of fact, North American women are a whole are garbage. I mean, regardless if they're from Canada or the United States. Okay. It can't, and it doesn't. What strong, independent American woman, it can't, and let me start over again. Sorry about that. It can't, and it doesn't. What strong, independent American women don't under what strong, independent American women don't understand is that you can't make a man become more masculine by becoming masculine yourself. You bring out the masculinity in a man by becoming feminine. That's the key truth that feminism hides from you. Obviously, feminism has fucked up relationships in America, wherever it was engineered or not. There's no way around it, and that's not a good thing. I'm not a chauvinist or sexist at all. I do not advocate male dominance or female submission either. I am just exposing the truth about the destructive, harmful force called feminism, which pollutes female minds in America and seeks to infest the rest of the world too. It prevents men from acting like men and women from acting like women. I am merely advocating that balance and harmony be restored, for men to be men again and women to be women. I am not anti-female at all. I'm not anti-female at all either. I like women, but I hate radical feminism. I love women, and many of my best friends are females. But this artificially liberating, strong, masculine woman created by modern feminism is anything but natural or normal. It runs against nature, femininity, in every natural thing. It's a total scam against women. It emasculates women and emasculate men, twisting the male/female dynamic out of whack, turning America into the most unnatural dating scene in the world. It is also tyranny in disguise, which seeks to placate and weaken males while giving women uncontrollable power, which corrupts and ruins relationships. Feminists never win on logic or reason because their movement is not a rational one at all, but a hateful, emotional one that uses shaming tactics rather than reason. Overall, it is destructive and deceptive to both men and women. Worst of all, it destroys and suppresses the most beautiful thing in the world, the feminine beauty and soul. So you are really pro woman. So you are really pro women and pro female. You'd expose this scam and bring awareness of it, so people can see what it really is. You'd help women get back in touch with their true divine female energy interest in them, and stop this scam which tries to get women to deny their own femininity. The choice is yours. Will you endorse a path that leads to the destruction of femininity and the division of genders, or one that leads to love, balance, and harmony? Well, that's up to us. Yeah, this is all true, and it is. Wow. Yeah. I remember I came across this YouTube channel. It's called Feminine, wherever it's called. And there was this woman from, I think, there was this woman who believes in being low key and antisocial, and she and her husband talked to she and her husband. She said her and her husband don't post pictures of them going to China because people on YouTube in the comment sections will in the videos of that channel will like get jealous and bash them, and she talked about her and her husband are thin and Americans are fat and stupid. And I looked at this woman, like I think I saw her in the comments of Doc G07's videos, and she talked like a dude. And then she talked about she doesn't like to wear bikinis and said that I don't like to wear that shit. And that tells me that she doesn't like to be feminine. Like, I mean, there's foreign women who like, there's women or foreign women who like to wear bikinis. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, that's female attire. I mean, but this woman just hates it, and she looks at it as an oppressive, like it's a bad thing. Then she talked about, like, you know, validation, you know, talking about the things that like these MGTOW guys are talking about. She talks like a dude, and there's nothing feminine about her at all. I mean, what guy who is married to her is a total idiot? I mean, I don't want to have anything to do with that woman. So she can take her low-key ass, walk out in front of traffic, and get hit by a bus. Actually, she can get hit by 20 buses. Cause that woman is pure garbage. And by the way, not all Americans are fat and stupid. I'm not fat and I'm not stupid. So go fuck yourself. And I remember she talked about in one of her videos that she was talking to this guy, she was saying that this guy asked her, I think on Facebook or Twitter, she said this guy asked her, like, what does your she asked, like, what do you look like? And she talked about, I'm not gonna tell him. I believe let a guy use his imagination or some shit like that. Like, I mean, that turns me off. Like, if I hear her talk like that, the conversation would end it the computer's gonna be shut off. I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna be like this. Jog on. Piss off. Yeah. And she's from Chicago, you know. Um yeah, yeah, I wish women can go back to being women in America, but that's not gonna happen. You know, it might change. I mean, the women might revert back to the way they were in the 70s and 80s, or back to the way they were a long time ago. It might happen. It might not happen. You never know. I mean, we probably won't be around to to see this, to witness this. Yeah, sit on the sidelines and be a witness to this, But hey, it is what it is. Um, hope this is a different. Hope I'm not talking about the same thing in this video like I did my previous videos. You know, I'm not probably gonna get any likes or dislikes or no comments on it. I'm probably gonna get views on it, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna ask you, well, what do you think of this? Um, just post your comment and let me know. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Um, um, I did this video. I did this video in the storage house, um, buried in junk, crap everywhere. But I'm not gonna let that bother me. And also, I got a bottle of Perrier with me. Gonna take a sip. Uh, I'm gonna take a sip of my Perrier. Good stuff. You can see it. Yeah. Yeah. It's healthy. I mean, it's better than like drinking like soda and and like all those sugary drinks, that make you gain weight, that make you fat. You know, I think it could be a good idea that the tax will be raised on junk food, and the taxes be lowered for healthy food. I mean, healthy foods in America will be accessible. I mean, and there would be no need for healthy foods to be a luxury reserved for the rich. I mean, maybe, and that will solve the obesity epidemic in this country. You know, my dad told me um the obesity is caused by fast food, but yeah, that's true. But there's more to it. I mean, I mean, I mean, junk garbage foods at the grocery store, like cereal, chips, soda, soft drinks, and like candy, and you know, that's the cause of obesity. I noticed when I went to the grocery store, like fruits and vegetables are expensive, and junk food is cheaper. Like a pizza, hot dog is cheaper, and healthy foods like fruits and vegetables and lean meats are just sky high. I mean, that's just ridiculous, and that's just sad. So yeah, I tried to avoid eating all this stuff because I want to live longer, and be healthy and happy. you know. But if I lived overseas, I wouldn't have, I mean, I mean, if I lived overseas, I mean, eating healthy would be so expensive. And yeah, there's some Burger Kings and McDonald's are popping up in countries like France and Germany, but like American crap food is being imported to those countries. So yeah, um, so yeah, so I'm going to end this video by saying this. Cheers.